Here's more wrestling news for July 17th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include Triple H and Stephanie McMahon meet with fans before WWE SmackDown, WWE ticket sales likely hurt by MSG requiring proof of vaccination, WWE's backup WrestleMania plans for The Rock revealed, The Rock gives away $10,000 during Black Adam rap speech, another big movie in the pipeline. WWE wrestler accidentally walked into Vince McMahon's office. WWE SmackDown in Atlanta has been canceled. Bobby Lashley involved in a legitimate wrestling match. Real reason why WWE doesn't want Brock Lesnar to face Bobby Lashley revealed. Note on rumor about Walter's injury being fake. John Cena vs. Edge could be possible for WrestleMania match, and more. We're starting with SmackDown as fans got to attend a historic show this week, but the festivities started before they even got inside the building. Before the show, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H kicked things off by meeting with fans outside the Toyota Center in what was a huge way to kick off an epic night for the fans in Houston. On September 10th, WWE will return to Madison Square Garden, but tickets aren't selling very well for the world's most famous arena. In fact, it's reported that these poor ticket sales are the reason why Vince McMahon has been calling up many NXT superstars as of late, as the boss wants fresh talent to interest fans into shelling out for tickets. We previously reported that the Garden is requiring proof of vaccination to anyone who wants to attend the September 10th SmackDown, which may have caused a big issue. Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men Pro Wrestling Podcast tweeted out a very interesting note saying that this rule has caused huge problems for WWE, as small children are unvaccinated, meaning their families can't come. WWE have even made the event a split-brand show, meaning both Raw and SmackDown superstars will be there, but that hasn't caused tickets for the Garden to fly out either. On the other hand, it's expected that the September 22nd AEW Grand Slam Dynamite special from Flushing, New York will sell out, as the All Elite promotion is generating a buzz that WWE, even in their old stomping ground, can't seem to muster. One way WWE could shift tickets is bringing back The Rock, who they hope will return later this year. This year's Survivor Series will mark 25 years since the Brahma Bulls' WWE debut, and the reported plan is for this November to be the starting point for a feud with Roman Reigns that'll culminate in a match at WrestleMania. With that said, The Rock's status in Hollywood makes this difficult, as several movie studios don't want to see the Great One get injured, and WWE is aware of this concern. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has a backup plan if a singles match is off the table, which would see The Rock and an Uso face Roman and the other Uso. WWE's mindset is that having The Rock for a tag match is better than not having The Rock at all, even if it does mean he does far less in the ring. It's no wonder why WWE wants to bring The Rock back, as he remains one of the most iconic stars ever, and time will tell if we get a singles match, tag match, or no match come next April. Speaking of The Rock, the former WWE champion finished filming Black Adam this week, a film that means a lot to the Brahma Bull. On the last day of shooting, The Rock cut a little speech and thanked the crew in a big way. Wearing a cloak over him the entire time so as to not give away a look at the Black Adam suit, The Rock gave away $10,000 as part of a contest. Now The Rock is on to his next movie project, but there's still rumors of WWE wanting to bring him back this November. And as his speech proved, The Rock's promo skills haven't diminished one bit, despite it being years since he last wrestled in WWE. In 2019, Kalisto was taken off WWE TV due to a shoulder injury, and when he returned in August 2020, many took notice of his incredible physique. Kalisto returned in the best shape of his career, and when speaking to Lucha Libre Online this week, the former US champion said how Vince McMahon himself was impressed. He explained, "Let me tell you the first reaction of Vince McMahon. I call him boss when he saw me back. I had finished doing a segment for the 24/7 title and entered Vince's office, and there was a big meeting, and I did not know there was a meeting, but I still went, I'm gonna get in. There was a huge table and everyone was there, including Shane, and I was like, hey boss, how are you doing? Because we had a good relationship. After I walked in, Vince immediately said, holy shit, you're ripped. My exact words after that were, this is my I don't give a fuck body. I was ready and to roll, and he continued to tell me that I looked really good. We had another meeting later, and I accomplished what I wanted to do." Unfortunately, Kalisto's physique wasn't enough to save him, as he was released from WWE on April 15, 2021 as part of the company's budget cuts. Now Kalisto has filed a trademark for the term Samurai del Sol, and fans will be able to see his impressive physique in action when he competes on July 31st on the same card that'll be headlined by Andrade El Idolo versus Alberto Del Rio. More from SmackDown, as last week a vignette aired promoting Toni Storm's upcoming call-up to the Blue brand, and now we know it'll be on next week's show. Next week's SmackDown will be a split-site show, with some matches airing from the Rolling Loud Music Festival in Miami, and the rest of the show from the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. And it'll be an extra special night for the former NXT UK Women's Champion. Storm could very much be on the September 17th SmackDown, but that show has undergone a major change. In a tweet from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, the show has now been canceled and will be happening from a different venue. Ticketmaster sent out an email saying there's nothing fans need to do to get a refund. There's no word on why the show was canceled, but it could be due to a scheduling conflict with the upcoming UK tour. And all we know for certain is that the September 17th show won't be in Atlanta as originally advertised. Over to Raw next as WWE Champion Bobby Lashley continues to dominate the Red brand, a push fans have been waiting for years. Before his on-screen WWE debut in 2005, Lashley trained in OVW, and even back then, the Almighty was a powerhouse sensation. That's according to Kenny Bolin, aka the Star Maker, who was a manager at OVW, and spoke this week to Sportskeeda about the time Lashley had a legitimate wrestling contest with a future Hall of Famer. Bolin said, "When I had Lashley in OVW, his promo skills were not quite there. That was probably a good reason for why he was with me. The look had always been there. He has not aged a day since I had him in the mid-2000s. You look at him today, he probably even looks better today than he did then, and he was probably the best-looking athlete then." Not a lot of people know this, but Bobby Lashley and Mark Henry had a bit of a shoot wrestling match once in Ohio Valley Wrestling, and Bobby fared pretty well. They were both my boys, so I didn't want to get any real heat going, but Bobby fared very well, we'll just say that. Bobby's a tough individual. On screen, Lashley and Henry have only one recorded singles match, which took place during the King of the Ring tournament and resulted in a count-out win for Lashley. OVW helped produce some of WWE's biggest ever stars, including Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and John Cena, as well as the reigning, defending, almighty WWE Champion, who will put his title on the line this Sunday against fellow OVW alum Kofi Kingston. Lashley will face Kingston this Sunday, but every fan knows that the only person the Almighty wants to face is Brock Lesnar. In fact, it was the promise of a match with Lesnar that brought Lashley back to WWE in 2018, but that match hasn't happened yet, and instead, the Almighty is rumored to face Goldberg at SummerSlam. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer explained why WWE doesn't want to put the match on, as those in the company would much rather see a Lesnar vs. Reigns feud, given Paul Heyman's connection to both men. The belief is that even if Lesnar and Lashley did face, it'd only be a short stop on the road to Lesnar-Reigns, which would mean that Brock would have to lose to the WWE Champion, something WWE doesn't want to happen. WWE doesn't want Lesnar to lose just before he enters a program with Roman Reigns, and they don't want Lashley to lose the WWE Championship to Lesnar. And until some agreement can be reached, this dream match will remain a dream for the fans and the WWE Champion. Earlier this week, it was reported that NXT UK champion Walter had suffered a severe hand injury during a backstage brawl, which has put the brakes on the planned title match with Ilya Dragunov. Some fans have been worried that Walter's 830-plus day reign as champion may have to end with vacating the title, but others have speculated that this is a kayfabe injury for storyline reasons. That sadly isn't the case, as PW Insider reports that Walter's injury is legitimate and not fake in any way. There's no word on when Walter will be able to wrestle again, and whilst we don't want to see such a historic title reign end this way, it may be the smartest and only way to get the gold off the Austrian powerhouse without him actually losing it. And we're ending today with John Cena, who's rumored to return in the coming weeks for a match against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and we may be seeing much more of the 16-time WWE World Champion. This week, Edge appeared on The Kurt Angle Show and addressed the rumors of Cena's impending return. He said, "The only thing with John and I, we never wrestled one-on-one at WrestleMania, which is crazy, right? We did work a lot together, we worked everything else, but I mean, the scent is in the air, you never know, it could happen one day. Throughout 2006 and 2009, Cena and Edge had a ton of matches, but never collided on the grandest stage of them all. But that could all change next year. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.